Hi everyone, my name is Koko X, and today we will be writing 2 characters from my book, Shadows Unveiled. I will be using an app or a website called Milano. So on Apple, you could download the app from the App Store, obviously, or you could just simply Google it, and there you go. This is not sponsored by Milano, I just really like using it. It is a very organized platform, which I enjoy very much. So in my book, Adela Hyde is the main character at the start. So how the book is set up, it is split into 5 separate parts, allowing the first part to act as an introduction to all the characters, while the parts to come and the stories in between are more of a background between everything and anything that has happened and what Adela does not know. And the reason for this is because the whole story comes from her father's past and the reason for his actions as well. So Adela Hyde is one of the characters that I created when I was in middle school. I had always had this idea to create sort of a circus type of story, and recently I was able to kind of develop this idea more, allowing her character to go on this big sort of competitive arc between figuring out what she really is and what her family really is, and it ends up that she's basically been lied to her whole life, and all this other stuff comes into play between her and all the other characters of the book. So in this video, I will be basically mapping out Adela Hyde's character and her personality, along with another character who will be introduced later on in the video. So here I am setting things up for the next character that I will be creating today, and that is Zeev. He is the clown-like character of the story, but he has more of a troubled backstory kind of thing. Most characters do in books. But basically what I'm doing in this part of the video is I'm adding on scars, which the art breeder program could not have added. And these scars are very important to Zeev's character because he is the clown type of
5 years later
performer in the circus. Now, Zeev also is blind in one eye, as most of the other performers are as well, which is a very important key factor in the book, which I will most likely be explaining later on in another video. But basically when I was setting up his profile, it was kind of determining how I could see him as a real person and how he could actually truly affect the story with his own actions. Because so far how I've written him is he is a very curious and quiet but intense kind of character, and he's very straightforward. He likes doing certain things the way he does. So when writing out his profile, I wanted to get that as close as possible to the actual book. And Zeev has a very close place to... And Zeev is a very important character to me because he reminds me of a friend of mine. So he is very important on how I write him, and incorporating the scars that he has some way into the circus was obviously a very exciting but saddened factor that I found a way to do that, because if anybody does ever go through that, that is not fair and no one should ever have to have that happen to them. But Zeev is a very important character to my book, and I cannot wait to keep writing his parts of the book. So basically that is really all for Zeev. He is probably one of my favorite characters so far. I absolutely love him. But the outcome of his character is something I definitely feel bad for. But that is just the way his story, I guess, ends. But you'll have to wait and see. So far we have Adela and Zeev being written out, and there is more to come. So here's the rest of the video of me just writing out his character. There'll be a clip of the final profile,